One of South Korea's most sensitive global challenges has escalated into an even greater dilemma, which could lead this country to being dragged into World War III. I'm not referring to North Korea, but rather to Iran, and more specifically the question of whether this country should be sending troops to help defend the Strait of Hormuz. The debate has intensified following the U.S. drone strike in Iraq just over a week ago that killed powerful Iranian military commander Qasem Soleimani. As the world has already had a taste of Iran's revenge through ballistic missile strikes on the U.S. in Iraq, there's been great concern here for the security of cargo vessels traveling via the Strait of Hormuz, a vital shipping route flowing to the south of Iran, which is seen as being effectively controlled by Tehran's military. It's a waterway that hosts shipping lanes for more than 70% of South Korea's oil imports. Since last summer, senior Seoul officials have been reviewing options to respond to Washington's request to contribute to safeguarding the strait, including the possibility of deploying troops to the area. One of the options has been sending the South's anti-piracy Jong-un unit, which operates off the Somali coast. Let's explore what's at stake a little further. For South Korea, there would be clear benefits to helping to defend the strait, even aside from pleasing its military ally, the US. Seoul has South Korean ships and nationals that pass through the waterway to consider. You may recall this was seriously discussed last summer when the safety of tankers in the strait was in serious doubt. In August, an Iranian foreign ministry spokesperson urged Seoul to remain neutral, and any action that's not deemed that way by Tehran could seriously damage relations. But if tensions were to spiral into a major conflict, it might lead to a Strait of Hormuz blockade and a major blow to the global economy, leading to higher oil prices and freight costs. A conflict would also inevitably embroil any South Korean troops in the region and potentially affect South Korean citizens based regionally, hundreds in Iran, Israel and Lebanon, along with nearly 1,600 more in Iraq. Understandably then, this week, President Jae-in ordered senior officials to seriously consider this complex challenge, as there's no guarantee he'd even get political support at home to deploy troops to the Strait of Hormuz. And it's a situation that really could have global implications. North Korea, for example, will be watching very closely, and for more than one reason. The obvious point is that Pyongyang might have been rattled by bold US military action. But once that shock settles, the North might sense an opportunity to provoke and push its nuclear ambitions with the US, potentially distracted by the Middle East, and maybe more willing to do a deal with Pyongyang. Knowing this doesn't make Seoul's decision any easier, and indeed it will want to maintain strong military ties with the US, which again expressed hope this week that South Korea will send troops to the Strait of Hormuz via US Ambassador to South Korea Harry Harris. Meanwhile, President Moon's top national security advisor, Eui-yong, travelled to the US this week for three-way consultations with American and Japanese counterparts. Tokyo has a similar dilemma, as neither South Korea nor Japan will want to be seen by Washington to be dragging their heels.